Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending what time you're viewing this message. I'm speaking to you from the Chapel of Our Lady of Grace at our Augustinian community at Provincial. I wish each of you a happy and blessed Easter as I begin this message. In the liturgy on Easter Sunday, whether we hear the account from the Gospel of Luke at the Easter Vigil or the account from the Gospel of John on Easter Sunday morning, we have the women, we have Mary of Magdala, we have Peter, we have the beloved disciple, all coming to the tomb expecting to find death. They are traumatized, in grief, and yet when they come to the empty tomb, they are confronted by the reality where death was expected, it is not there, and the message of life and light. We also learn from all that will follow, particularly in the Acts of the Apostles, that being transformed by this Easter faith, they witness to that faith in a world which will still have the contradictions, the suffering, but for them everything is transformed by the fact that Christ is risen. The Augustinian tradition is important to us, and in the life of St. Augustine, the Easter Vigil of the year 387 had great importance because that was the vigil in which Augustine, with his son Deodatus and friend Alypius, were baptized. And that was the important moment in Augustine's life, the result of that conversion experience, which was God's grace breaking through. And again, like the first disciples, Augustine, in what would follow, would witness to the reality of Easter in the world in which he lived, a world in which there were the contradictions as well. And I'd also like to refer to Pope Francis. On this Sunday, Easter Sunday, whether he's celebrating the Eucharist, his message to the people, and especially his blessing to the city and to the world, will be very strongly anchored in the joy of the Easter faith. But we also know that Pope Francis is very concerned with deep issues that are happening in the world. His heart, like the hearts of each of us, are distressed by people who are suffering in warfare, oppression, any other form of violence. So Pope Francis is holding together that faith in Easter and the fact that the world doesn't always show the signs of Easter in how we live with one another. But he will be resolute in saying, the Lord is risen, and that impels us, particularly impels us as disciples of Christ, to do what we can with God's grace to witness to that reality of Easter, despite signs to the contrary. So after referring to the disciples, to St. Augustine, to Pope Francis, we turn to ourselves, that we are nourished, we are strongly in union with one another, witnessing to the fact that Christ is risen. And that impels us, with God's grace, to do what we can in our personal lives, in the life of this world, so that Easter may be a reality in how we live. We are truly transformed, and now we have to live that transformation. I conclude where I began. I wish each of you who are viewing, your families, and all who are dear to you, and of course the world in which we live, a joyous, blessed, and peaceful Easter. God bless from me personally, but from all the Augustinians of our province.